The entirety of YouTube right now is having a complete meltdown, and a lot of it has to do with views literally just disappearing. What's crazy about this is that YouTube officials are just like not making a public statement, so the only thing we can really do is put on our tinfoil hats and just completely speculate. And right now, the person who is making a lot of progress with investigating what is happening is Josh Strife, along with a variety of other very large creators who are providing data and confirming, yes, something is going on with desktop views on their YouTube channels. So this all started with like a lot of videos coming out and a lot of small and large creators alike all confirming, hey, like something's going on. My viewership seems to be a lot lower lately. Isn't that weird? A lot of people pinpointed that to early August of this year. And again, because there is no official statement and YouTube is very, very vague with their leadership, people just were forced to speculate and do the detective work that YouTube itself should be doing. So Josh Strife did make a video and he was claiming, okay, maybe it could be because of restricted mode. There was a lot of hoopla in the past few months about YouTube is going to be doing age restricted access to YouTube. They're going to be using AI to determine a user's age. Maybe the problem with lower viewership right now is restricted mode. But YouTube did confirm, hey, no, actually, like a very small percent, like less than 1% of viewers are actually using restricted mode. It is off by default. So like that was pretty much ruled out. Then one thing happened. A lot of people and a lot of creators alike, like the creators and the comment section, were working together very hard, and a lot of people pointed to a few things. The first is that the algorithm lately has been absolutely miserable. A lot of people were complaining that like, you reload the homepage and the homepage just shows you the same 4 videos over and over and over until eventually you cave and click on it, and then you're just like, I'm just not interested in this. In addition to the fact that like YouTube search isn't even a search anymore. Like it doesn't even work. If you search for a video, you're never going to be able to find it because after 2 things that are maybe slightly relevant to your search, the rest of the videos are just algorithmic videos, something that the algorithm thinks is going to keep you watching. Because YouTube is very much about the watch loop. They want to get you stuck in a loop of just endlessly watching because of course that's how they make money. Gone, unfortunately, are the days where the homepage is actually what you want to see. If you want to watch your favorite creator, you actually have to find their page and just catch up yourself manually. So point being, the other thing that people pointed to was this article published August 11th, 2025. YouTube just quietly blocked Adblock Plus. The internet hasn't noticed yet, but I've found a workaround. And yeah, the picture that you see here, a lot of people experienced that. There have been interruption issues and the homepage isn't working. And then, well, isn't that weird? In early August, if you just disable Adblock, all of the problems go away and YouTube functions as usual. So what ends up happening is that the investigation goes on more and more, and there apparently seems to be some like goofy drama between Josh Strife and Spiff and Brit. Spiff and Brit makes a video and he basically is claiming, kind of gaslighting a lot of people. Like clearly there's a problem. It's very clear. The data all shows like if you have a YouTube channel you could check, you are most likely affected whether your views are small or large. It's very clear that on or around August 10th, 11th, there is a huge dip in computer viewership. It has happened site-wide for every single channel, most channels at least. It seems channels that were not affected, curiously enough, are channels that have an audience that is primarily children. Of course, if a child is watching on a computer, they don't know what ad block is. Like, that makes sense to me. So Spiff and Brit ends up making this video and basically saying, nah, this is just normal. This is just normal. We should just focus on the audience, just make better videos. Like, people are going back to school. It was summer and people were watching a lot during summer. And to me, that just feels like gaslighting. Clearly, there is something wrong. And the reason why is because this one major detail. The views dropped while the revenue and the likes stayed exactly the same. So that ends up helping out Josh Strife in getting to the conclusion that something is going on where YouTube's backend system is just not recording the views. Something is happening where when YouTube started blocking ad block, something happened on the backend where if someone is using ad block, which like 99% of people use ad block on the browser, if someone is watching a video and then there's those loading interruptions that we're all very familiar with now, something is happening where the backend of YouTube has not been recording those views. And I think a lot of other creators, especially a lot of these big creators, are making videos and saying, hey, like, we don't think YouTube is up to no good. Spiff and Brit has some contacts with YouTube officials and they confirmed, no, there were no changes. So it does seem that YouTube officials, like, it doesn't seem like they're up to no good. It doesn't seem like anything suspicious suspicious is happening or anything malicious is happening, but I do think that they do have a serious issue on their hands and they don't understand that there has been a problem. And where the problem lies with this is on the back end, if the numbers are lower, is that going to hurt a channel in the long run? Is that going to overall lower viewership? If a video gets less views, it's going to have less view velocity, it's going to reach a lesser audience, and maybe that might affect the data with the numbers as well as the engagement data. I don't know too much about the engagement data. It's clear that even though the views are not being recorded, the likes are being recorded. So everyone is experiencing lower viewership. So is this hurting channels, and is YouTube going to be able to fix this and restore momentum to channels that maybe have been suffering from this? So yeah, I mean, I sort of summarized in like 5 to 10 minutes, like a lot of the sleuthing and detective work that Josh Strife has been doing. I don't really agree with the Spiff and Brit. I think in most cases, if a channel's viewership is going down, usually it is that situation where it's like, hey, you know, maybe you're just not making great videos, or maybe you're just not giving your audience what they like to watch. That usually is like a default solution and answer when it comes to lower viewership. If revenue stays the same, if likes stay the same, if everyone on the platform, except for primarily kids channels, are experiencing the same exact thing, everyone is presenting their data and they're all saying, hey, I am experiencing the same dip in desktop viewership on the same day, just like everybody else, it's clear that the YouTube backend has a problem. And it is really wild that YouTube didn't catch on to this. It's crazy that like this guy who has these multiple channels, like he posted it to his Josh Strife gaming channel. It's wild that one person has done the work of what a big company should have been doing. So at this point in the timeline, the only thing we really can do is wait for an official response from YouTube themselves. And then if the tinfoil hat wasn't on already, I am putting it on right now. So like this might make you angry, but I am putting on the tinfoil hat and I am going to say this. It does make me wonder. Companies sometimes do slimy things to redirect their viewership. Now, a few weeks ago, I made a video about the concerns about the new hype feature, and as well the forced AI upscaling, which I didn't really like. And again, put the tinfoil hat on. The hype feature seemed like something that could be really abused for people to just like get a channel up and running and just bought the hypes, right? The other concern with the forced AI upscaling is it seems like a really slimy way for YouTube and the internet overall to get people used to the AI look, and then also make it difficult for viewers to discern between a real video and an AI looking video. That to me feels slimy. In addition, in that video that I posted a week or two ago, I also thought it was very unusual how they got rid of the trending page, which like, okay, you know, I could see the validity in that, but I had a habit of checking the trending page. It was like muscle memory. And now where the trending page used to be is not the hype page, which that would be reasonable. What they replaced the trending page button with on the left side on mobile was actually the shopping page. What I'm getting at is that like I have this alleged conspiracy theory that YouTube definitely made it so that people who are used to checking the trending page, now they're going to be redirected to the shopping page, which is not only confusing, but also feels kind of malicious. And what I'm getting at with the tinfoil hat on is that maybe YouTube just doesn't understand how to tackle ad block. So maybe what they were going to do, I don't know, big conspiracy theory here, maybe make it so if someone's using ad block, make it very, very difficult for YouTube to function with ad block. So the user either deletes ad block or views the channel on a different platform like a tablet, mobile phone, or TV. YouTube has been doing a huge push for viewership on TV. So something here smells very, very fishy. YouTube is huge, and I got the tinfoil hat on, but I just wouldn't be surprised if this was some sort of underlying plot for YouTube to try to fight ad block or just redirect a lot of the desktop viewership to just make it a miserable experience for users so that eventually those users are more predictable and just end up using a mobile phone or the TV. Because again, if I'm sitting at my computer here and I'm watching a YouTube video, it's not really that difficult for me to just put it on my phone if I'm having a really bad experience. So I know I'm kind of pushing the boundary there with like alleged things that I'm saying, but it's just something that I wouldn't be surprised by. For example, right now, I can make another video about it, but like right now I'm experiencing internet issues, and people I've talked to who are customers of this internet service provider, I have heard that after signing up for the cable and the mobile phone packaging, all of a sudden the internet issues disappear. How unusual. Isn't that weird? Something that I don't think is a coincidence. So I sure hope that YouTube does release an official response. I sure do hope that they fix these issues, and hopefully all of the conspiracy theories can be dispelled, because again, YouTube is just keeping everyone waiting, and while people are waiting, the only thing they can do is just come up with random conspiracy theories and guesses as to what is actually happening. So anyways, anyways, yeah, you should check out a lot of the other creators who have made videos about this, like Josh Strife and Spiff and Brit, and a lot of other creators have shared their data. So that essentially covers a lot of it. So yeah, bye.